Alright, another reload weapon tier list. This time it's the SMGs. Same rules as last time. Even if it has multiple models like this one right here, it still counts to higher tier, like the P90. Even though I'm pretty sure there's only one here that actually does that. So yeah. Anyway, let's start with the original SMG. And I'm gonna reveal it's C tier. I mean, it doesn't have first shot accuracy. Even when you aren't holding on the fire, the accuracy is kind of wide. And you know, the P90 does feel a little bit better to use, but it has, of course, still the same weapon as the MP5 version of the SMG. So it's going to C tier. And next we have the suppressed SMG. It's like these two SWAT weaknesses, you know. Instead of having bad boom, this actually has a first shot accuracy and it's decently accurate for an SMG, but it fires really slow and doesn't really do all that much damage. So yeah, also C tier. Stinger SMG is S tier. One of the best SMGs ever, like not just in reload, but in the entirety of this game, in this current version. It's fairly accurate for an SMG. It has a nice sound, it does good damage, it fires fast. I've seen people build players complain about it, so maybe it's a bit of a build shredder, but in zero build, it's pretty balanced, so it's S tier. Alright, rapid fire SMG. I know that the builders are gonna disagree with me because apparently it's really good in builds, but this is a zero build tier list, so it does not apply here. It has pretty bad bloom. The recoil is kind of crazy, and the damage isn't really, well, I mean, I guess the damage is alright, but this thing is really only useful if you're like right in the face, kind of like the double barrel, but it's not as useless as that, so it's D tier. Next we have the TAC SMG. Now this is actual F tier. Like, slow fire rate, horrible damage. Like, it's just not worth ever taking. I don't know. I just don't understand why they nerfed it this bad back in chapter 2, but it will forever be a bad weapon now that is never worth picking up. And on top of all the weaknesses I just pointed out, it also loves to spawn from blue chests. So guess what? Another reason to put this in F tier. Alright, Twin Mag SMG, another S tier. Like, it's even more accurate than the Stinger SMG, and I'm pretty sure it does, well, I'm not 100% sure if it does more damage, but the fire rate is faster. But like, the only bad thing is that each magazine only has like 20 bullets, I think, but there is the twin mag feature, so it's basically 40 bullets per mag. So yeah, S tier. Next we have the combat SMG. Will I be killed if I put this in C tier along with the others? I'm gonna be real, like that recoil is just way too much. Like, I don't like, it's basically just impossible to use while ADSing. Like, it's better while you're hip firing, but still, I'd rather just take these two on top. Or even a P90. I would rather take a P90 over like any version of the combat SMG. Like, that recoil is just too much for me. Like I can be dragging my mouse down as much as I want. That thing is still gonna be reaching up to the sky by the time I'm done shooting. I actually might just bump this down to D tier. Well, nah. Actually, it'll stay at C. Scope Burst SMG. This is another F. It's just, I don't understand the thought process with this weapon. Like, you put a scope on an SMG, you make it only 4-round burst, but then you make the damage absolutely awful and also give it some pretty bad recoil. Like, I just don't get it. F tier. And now we get into the goofy, wacky, funny weapons that everyone loves. Gunner Stinger SMG. This, I don't know. Like, it does do like a really decent amount more damage than the normal Stinger SMG, but that recoil trade-off is just not worth it. Like, it's basically like the combat. It's basically like the combat SMG recoil, really. So yeah, D tier. The Orange Burst SMG. This is I actually like this. This is a major step up from the normal burst scoped SMG. The recoil is lowered, I think. Good decent amount of damage. So yeah, I'd actually put this in A tier. I actually use that over most of these SMGs. High Sid Bling Mag, another S tier. Better Twin Mag SMG. But every time you reload, you get the 0-point dashes. So yeah, S tier. High Sid Running Gun, B tier. Just like the High Sid Running Gun, it is just a better version of the P90. The thing is that the normal Twin Mag was already pretty good, so adding another really good feature to it just makes it even better. But the High Sid Running Gun's ability isn't bad. Infinite sprint is always a good thing, especially in zero build. But at the end of the day, it is just a bit more powerful P90, so it's B tier. And last we have Midas's Drum Gun. And yes, the drum gun is an SMG. It is not an assault rifle. It is based off the Tommy gun, and the Tommy gun was an SMG. And the modern version of this is also counted as an SMG. So yeah, if you don't agree with me, you're stupid. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to put this in B tier, because like if it had the original stats like Snoop's drum gun did back in Remix, this would be not F tier. This would be S tier, because that was pretty crazy. Because the original Midas's drum gun was crazy. but for some reason they refuse to put the original stats back on this thing. So yeah, it's B tier because it's like it's not bad, but it gets outpaced by a lot of these up here. So yeah, that's the end of the tier list. It was pretty short because Epic just likes to rotate in the same weapons over and over again for the SMGs. So yeah, short tier list, and the other one's gonna be pretty short too. This is the end of the video.